Token Spy, a new NFT sniping tool that you can use to catch Ethereum-based NFT projects as early as possible without having to do the grind on Twitter and Discord and all that kind of stuff. Welcome everybody, NFT IQ here. And those familiar with this channel already are going to know that my process is very research heavy. And I spend a lot of time making very calculated decisions about which projects I'm going to invest in. And I use a lot of historical data in Nansen to compare projects and speculate and look historically at how projects have performed in weeks past and looking back in time at kind of how things unfolded with different projects. And I use that information to make like really speculative decisions about what I think an upcoming project is going to do and if I'm going to mint it. However, that approach has a lot of drawbacks, right? So number one, it takes me a lot of time. And number two, I have to do all this research on Discord and Twitter and blah, blah, blah. And it can be really hard to know. It's just very hard to predict what's going to happen during the minting and so on. So it has like this process has some shortcomings, and I've been curious about exploring a different way to do things. Maybe not all the time, but just I wanted to find some other way to make my decision making more efficient so that I can flip more NFTs and make more money, which is obviously what we all want to do. So that's why I became interested in Token Spy, and I think that they're filling a very unique niche in the NFT analytics space. Token Spy is specifically designed to help you catch projects as early as possible in real time, either while they're minting or shortly after they mint. You know, if projects sell out in 5 minutes or whatever, it's going to be pretty hard to get in on that. But it's going to give you a way to get on those projects at the ground floor right when they launch, or if a project has been stagnant for a long time and then suddenly it starts to have a run-up, or a run-up is in an early phase, you can catch that kind of situation very easily with this tool. It is designed to do exactly that. So this is really exciting. And the way that it works, Token Spy has hand-selected a small number of blue chip NFT projects, and they analyze the wallets for every wallet that's holding one of those blue chip NFTs. They're analyzing their wallet in real time to see what they're buying, and then cumulatively bringing that data together into a dashboard and notification system that you can use to see when these blue chip holders are making their plays. So for example, all wallets that are holding CryptoPunks are being analyzed in real time by Token Spy. And if several of those wallets suddenly buy an NFT or mint an NFT, that data is going to appear in the dashboard on their website, and you can actually subscribe for notifications when that kind of activity happens. So when these blue chip holders start acting in synchronicity, let's say 50 of them or 100 of them all mint the same project, or they all buy the same project, you'll know right away. And that gives you a chance to act at the same time as those blue chip holders. And as we know, pardon me, in the NFT space, the blue chip holders, they have a very large advantage because they're socially well connected, and they're going to be able to pump projects by tweeting about them, spreading it on social media, all that kind of stuff. So when they get in early, then they go out and they start spreading the word about the projects that they're holding, that they're trying to pump. Guess what? You're in on that too. And that's exactly what this tool is designed to do. So I think this is a really cool idea. I already paid $10 for the 7-day trial, and let's go ahead and check it out. So first of all, this is the dashboard homepage. And as you can see, they are cumulatively keeping track of how many buys and sells all of these holders are doing collectively. But to make sense of that, because this is a little bit confusing at first, let's just look at the list of wallets that they're tracking. So they're tracking every wallet that is currently holding any of these blue chip NFTs, and they're only looking at a handful, which is very important. So they're looking at wallets that are holding CryptoPunks, Neo Tokyo Identities, Metaverse HQ, VFriends, CyberKongs, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Cool Cats, JPEG Angels, and Smart Money. So all of the wallets that are holding any one of those NFTs are being cumulatively turned into statistical data that you can act on immediately. And in fact, you can actually look at just one of these NFT projects to see what their community is doing right now. And you can see what they've been doing for the last 3 days, the last 24 hours, or even the last hour if you want to be super granular on real-time information. So if we look at, for example, I'm looking at VCats holders, their activity for the last 3 days, I can see that they have purchased about 100 Flower Girls NFTs. So this isn't really a super significant indicator. It might be. I'm still getting a sense for what these numbers ought to look like, and I'll make a follow-up video about that. But just knowing that this information is there is super cool. And I can also see that they've minted a project called The New Day Tomorrow. They minted almost 200 of these. So that's actually a pretty cool thing to see. And if I had been around when that minting was happening, potentially I could have gotten on that. Maybe it did well, maybe it didn't. I'm not sure. But that's beside the point. I'm just trying to demonstrate what the dashboard is capable of right now. Alternatively, you can look at it from the other angle and see what's the most popular NFT that's being bought among this group of blue chip holders, and then do some analysis by clicking open collection. And it looks like there is an issue right there. Let's just go back to dashboard. Clicking all over the place. Sorry. So if I go to what's being minted, the most minters, I can go to this project Wool Pouch. Now this one's a little bit of a false flag because Wool Pouch is part of Wolf Club, or Wolf Game, I think is what it's called. So they're minting just because they're holding it. So this one isn't the greatest example, but if we look at, go back to Discover, we can see, sorry, my browser is just crashing. I'm going to go to MintWatch, go to Discover, and I can look at the most mints. Here's a good one, Castle Kid. We can see that Castle Kid had 1,521 mints from these blue chip holders in the last 24 hours. Super valuable data. And I can break that down into 12-hour, 6-hour, 3-hour chunks of data. And then I also get some of this more common data you would see about the market cap and the holder ratio, the floor price. All this is kind of handy here. But really the gold mine, the unique thing here is this actions by group. And I can see that holders of Metaverse HQ decided to sell a lot of these. There's just a lot of insight to be gained here. The last thing I want to show off is the notification system. So I know that Ninja Tools has a pretty sophisticated notification platform, and I think that's really cool. I need to give it a try. But in the context of these blue chip holders, this strategy is working really well because, again, these people know what's up in the community. And so I can get notified when one of these groups buys X number of NFTs within, a 15-minute or a 60-minute time frame. So I set up a notification so that when any of these groups mints 30 of these NFTs from any collection within a 15-minute time frame, I want to know about it. And that's really cool. So if suddenly a bunch of Bored Ape Yacht Club holders were to mint 30 NFTs in 15 minutes all on the same project, it's like, bang, I get a notification, and guess what? I can go mint, I can go buy the floor, etc. And if you join the Discord channel in the group, in the link below, and start to look at some of the stories that are going on with people who are using these tools, these super early adopters, you're going to see they're doing very well with strategy. And the trick to this, what makes this very unique, is that these wallets that they're tracking are super, super hand selected, and the project maintainers, the devs, are doing constantly kind of tweaking and identifying and figuring out which of these projects are best to watch and how to add that into this kind of cumulative pool in the most effective manner possible. So getting back to conversation about my plans for this. Personally, I want to try and use this to flip some NFTs to get into projects early, either by minting or buying off the floor within the first hour after minting, which is often a great time to buy. When these blue chip NFT holders make big purchases, when a bunch of them buy into the same project, it's going to be a good one to get into because they're going to get the word out on social media and start pumping their bag, and you want to be in on that. I want to be in that. So that's going to be my strategy. I'm going to try this out. Again, join the Discord to get more information and talk to the devs and talk to other people in the community using this and see what kind of notifications they're setting up. I will make an update video if I have some success with this. And also, if we can get enough traction on this video and you guys go out there and share it and talk about it, hit and like it and just watch the video, then I actually have an interview lined up with the lead developer from this project so that we can ask some questions and get some answers, and that's super cool. So leave questions about this in the comments or hop on their Discord or hit me on Twitter. All of that will be in the description below. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.